Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, happy Friday, Utah. I'll tell you what, we are waking up to another roller coaster ride, folks. Yesterday morning, we had that big drop off in temperatures. It really made a return back to wintertime. This morning, we're right back up into the spring-like conditions with those temperatures some 15 to 30 degrees warmer than yesterday morning at this time. So yeah, that's how quickly the weather can change here in the Beehive State. Let me show you these temperatures out there. We're up to 54 degrees now in Salt Lake City, 50 in Delta. We're at temperatures at 50 in Ogden, but notice that 35 in Logan. Well, when we started this morning, Logan was in the upper 20s still. So you've warmed up a good bit there, about 7 degrees here in the past hour and a half or so. So we'll continue to see the temperatures warming above freezing, but a cold front is approaching, and that will bring a drop in those temperatures a little later on, starting this morning, late this morning, heading into this afternoon. Look at these current wind gusts right now. We're still seeing winds now gusting around 40 miles per hour in Salt Lake City, 44 in Park City, winds gusting around 30 in Pleasant Grove, and our friends over in Tooele, winds gusting over 40 miles per hour right now. As we take a gander towards the south and west, wind gust over 50 miles per hour in Bryan Head, near 40 miles per hour in Bryce Canyon. We've got winds gusting around 21 in Hurricane, and wind gusts now up to 40 miles per hour in Enterprise. So it is a windy one out there. We do have these wind advisories that are in effect for the western half of the state as you drive towards the West Desert there. Keep in mind, especially if you're on like I-80 or some of those roadways going towards the west there, you're going to likely not only run into some very strong gusty winds, but you could also have some difficulty with some blowing dust that could be showing up. Now, if you're traveling north and east up towards I-80, heading towards Wyoming, Uinta County under a high wind warning, as you travel through there, you can see winds gusting well over 60 miles per hour. So be careful out there if you're going to be traveling. Otherwise, everyone's going to be dealing with some of those gusty winds this afternoon. So we've got this warm front here that's lifting to the north. That's been the case throughout the overnight hours. That's why we saw most of our temperatures rise. And we've got that gusty wind now coming in the warm sector. But there is a cold sector that's developing off to our west, and it's associated with this blue line. That's a cold front there. And at the dividing line between the cold and the warm air, you can see this band of precipitation beginning to develop. And that's what's going to be starting to move our way. We're already seeing some wet roadways off towards the north, so I do think some of that precipitation is hitting the ground. As we go throughout the next couple of hours, we'll start to see more of that rain filling in there across the north and northwestern half of the state from Cache Valley, eventually drifting down as we go throughout late this morning into Ogden over towards Bear River Range. Look at that potential of some heavy snow there and some heavy rainfall potential coming through the Salt Lake Valley and down into portions of the Wasatch Back as we get towards the lunch time frame. So getting ready to run out for your lunch, keep in mind you're likely going to see some heavy rainfall starting to come down. And look in the mountains, that's going to be some potential of some heavy snow as you get over towards the Uintas as well, where we do have a winter weather advisory that's been issued there. And in the valleys, we could see some of these rain showers kind of mix with or change over to some snow showers. I don't expect much accumulation from it, but we could have that opportunity. A little better chance as you get towards Utah County and heading down towards Nephi, Delta, over towards Richfield. Could see a nice little burst of snow as we go towards late this afternoon into the evening hours, and then this will continue to kind of fade out as we get towards late tonight. I wish this would make its way down towards Cedar City and over towards St. George, but I think it's going to dry up before it moves that far south as the system quickly winds down once we get past about 10 o'clock tonight. As far as accumulations go, we're talking in the valleys, probably a trace at best. A few folks could see maybe a half an inch or a nice little, maybe close to an inch, but I think it's mostly a trace to a half an inch out there. The benches, a trace to 2 inches. The mountain valleys, 1 to 3 inches, 6 to 12 inches for the cottonwoods. The northern mountains, about 4 to 8 inches. The central mountains, 2 to 5 inches, and maybe even a trace as up to 2 inches as you get towards the southern mountains as well. So as we go into the weekend, St. George, 60s turn into 50s and lows turn into the 20s. The Wasatch Front will see our temperatures going from the 50s now into the 30s later today, and then we'll stay in the 30s through the weekend. Again, that chance of rain and snow from midday through the early afternoon.